Ringing up Mr. Kenna of the Lee Bradford City Solicitors.
This is the voicemail of Graeme Kenna from the Legal Department for Adult Services in Bradford Council. Please leave a message and I will get back to you.
After you've finished your message, just hang up, or to hear more options, please press 1.
Yes, hello Mr. Kenna, it's Mr. Hussain here, once again leaving yourself a daily message to engage with you so I know the whereabouts and welfare of my brother, whom obviously you've now kidnapped and are holding him in detention, unlawful detention may I add, for the last 86 or so days. You keep on telling me in your voice message, if you leave a message I'll get back to you. Evidently you're not getting back to us. And what you are relying upon is I take it, your vexatious complainant policy document, which you created specifically with myself and targeting myself with regards to this. And obviously the purpose of my call today is obviously once again looking to engage with you and try to ascertain where my brother is and what kind of position he's in right now, legally speaking. Once again, Mr. Kenna, I ask you to explain to me in writing if need be, if you're so reluctant to engage with me because you want everything done in writing now, which serves your agenda, which you can then use as evidence against me, but obviously are failing to equally put things in writing so I can use that as evidence against you. You have not given me a clear enough definition as it stands today, 86 days later, that how have you legally taken my brother from my care? All right, you can't just say simply best interest. It's not a little hack that you can do best interest. My brother has this aspect of you abusing your positions of authority, or we came into your house under pace. What do you mean, why did you arrest me? You know there's serious consequences to unlawfully arresting somebody when it's not necessary. You understand that my arrest, not all my arrests have been unlawful, haven't they? From day one, back in 2002 and subsequently, all my arrests have been unlawful because what you do is the council commissions the police to arrest me on trumped up charges in order to distract and undermine my position and standing when a serious issue is at fault here. In 2002, my father was being neglected, quite clearly neglected in the community by you, particularly your social worker Najm Salim, who was known of this family since the 90s, or should I say, yes, she's known of the family since the 90s as my brother's social worker. She's now been in the council for over 25 years, hasn't she? And Najm Salim, knowing the full background of not only our family but our cultural needs, has been effectively prostituting out her services to you, the council, so she can get her job and her security of employment at the cost and at the expense of our human suffering, and therefore she can meet your diversity quotient requirements, but at the same time look to act in your best interest to the detriment of me and my family's human rights, our religious and cultural rights, all being sidelined so you can continue to continue these acts of villainy and neglect on the community that you're meant to be serving. Now, I'm just mindful that Najm Salim's involvement, my original arrest in 2002, was as a consequence of you, the local authority, effectively abandoning my father while he was suffering from dementia and failing to provide him with appropriate support services. When I intervened, you arrested me and tried to distract the situation, and then subsequently, within 9 months, you attempted to murder my brother Nazem as a consequence of me taking reprisal actions for against the police for their or unlawful arrest and detention at the time. So that was an unlawful arrest, resulting in my mother and father being physically assaulted by you, the police, by you, the council, through the police. My brother died, suffering of a near fatality in September 2003, and then subsequently it's always been the same, hasn't it? It's always one false arrest after the next. When I look to whistleblow on the fact that you were failing to appropriately subsequently administer the direct payments for my brother, where you had failed to audit them for 5 years. I went to my MP, who was a councillor at the time, who was an MP, who subsequently and previously been a councillor. So you all closed the ranks and targeted me then, and had me falsely arrested in 2013, December 2013. That was a false arrest, wasn't it? And then subsequently, as a consequence of me looking to whistleblow, you had murdered my brother Nazim in September 2014, and then subsequently you previously attempted to arrest me in my mother's case on numerous occasions. Attempted arrests have been taken place, but they've all failed. But I was arrested, as you know, on the 28th of February 2019 on allegations that I had kidnapped my own mother, when the police, both West Yorkshire Police and Greater Manchester Police, had visited my sister in Oldham and ascertained that my mother was residing there. So, you arrested me then. Now you recently arrested me in August 2023. All arrests are unlawful, but it serves your agenda. And this particular arrest, and in addition, the reason that you're not talking to me is this vexatious policy. Now, how did this vexatious policy come about? I had raised complaints in 2018 when you had kidnapped my brother Talib then, that look, I'm going to start recording my conversations and I'm going to publicise them, because obviously I'm sick and deaf of the lies and deceptions being perpetrated by you, the council, particularly your solicitors, who come out to lie, pathologically lie. And this lying should stop. And the only solution to this lying to stop is to record your staff members, particularly the social workers. Now, in February 2019, you were saying that I had kidnapped my brother. That's what the social worker Najim Salim was saying. And now all of a sudden you got no social workers involved. So you just got some arbitrary social worker to say, I'm trying to kill my brother Talib off now. All right, so you just make any kind of excuse that you want to meet the criteria, so to achieve your objectives. I'm just reminding myself, when I was asking the question to the fraud investigator, how have you arrested me? And they give it, you're living a criminal lifestyle. How was I living a criminal lifestyle? But you see, what you do is that you know the law, you know what needs to be done in order to achieve your objective, and then you create a scenario, or you force or contrive the situation to meet that criteria in order to justify your actions. That is a contrivance and a malevolence. It's not it's not a natural occurrence, isn't it? It's not organic or natural. It is manufactured. You are manufacturing something in order to achieve your objectives. And then you've done the same thing with the GP practices, to say, in order for us to deregister somebody, we know the fact that if it's necessary for us to call the police, then we can automatically delist and deregister somebody. So having that information in hand, you then instructed them to antagonize.
You're approaching the maximum allowed time for recording a message. If you wish to record further, please choose the append option from the menu. If you've finished recording, just hang up. If you don't carry on recording or hang up, your message will be deleted. To listen to your message, press 1. Please record the rest of your message after the tone. When you've finished recording, press the hash key.
As I was saying, you know what the law states. So in the case of the GP practices, they know the fact that they need to create a contrivance to call the police to deregister us. And then they were antagonizing me to do so. And I have now subsequently discovered why they were doing that, under your instructions to delist us from GP practices. My brother was left in a situation where he had, practically speaking, could not get any GP services because you keep on colluding and conspiring with them, abusing your position of authority. And once again, we're here today, 86 days later, all an abuse of authority and position of power. And what you want to do is you want to have a quick word, a cheat code in order to justify what you're doing. It's best interest, safeguarding, or some other contrivance in order to justify your malevolence. Now, you need to...
Sorry, but you've reached the maximum time available for recording your message. To listen to your message, press 1. To re-record your message sent. Goodbye.
I was going to say they need to look to, undo the situation that they've created, but they don't want to undo anything. They are manufacturing an outcome, all right, through contrivance in order to create a situation where it looks good on paper. And this is the thing, we, my family, are human beings. We're not a paper exercise. And as far as the local authority is concerned, and this is where the ultimate underlying fraud is, that as long as it's it's right on the paper, as long as we got it's just a paper exercise. As long as we can manufacture some paperwork, that's all that matters. That then is reality. Well, your paperwork against my video recordings are superior to your lies and deceptions, and this is the only way to catch these liars and scoundrels out, by recording them. And this is why Mr. Kenna and everybody else is refusing to engage with me, because they know the fact that they can't, lie their way out of